Gordon. Mocha Bella had. She know about it. But this, I wouldn't mind it. If they had to put Gordon instead of John Wall, I wouldn't have been upset about it. Especially, they are fourth in the East. A team, remember this team from last year. They barely missed the playoffs by one game. The last game of the season. Because they had an awesome second half. And then they come out this year. And let's be honest. Chris Bosh, LeBron James, and Dwayne Wade all gone in a matter of 3 years? And they are fourth in the Eastern Conference. And this man is responsible, for that. So I would put Gordon in there if that was me. So yeah, I would look at Gordon got snubbed. Now he's not mad. And Mocha Bella pointed out Deion Waiters is injured as well. And he's out for the season. So I would have put Gordon in there. I keep trying to say Goran Dragic. I would have put him in there. And hey, Bradley makes it, John doesn't, at this point. Get some little new blood in there. But I think he might have got caught up in, the whole name thing. And people were like, who is Goran Dragic? I'm sure the fans probably, were thinking like, who is Goran Dragic? But the dude, he deserved it in there. But again, the NBA, they really need to expand this list or expand this roster. And then put in one more person. What is that going to hurt? Put one more person, on this roster. I don't think that would hurt at all. But those are three guys that felt that they got, or people felt that they got snubbed. Other guys on there with CP3, Andre Drummond, as well. You can still make an argument, for why. I mean, I know Andre Drummond, probably the biggest thing is him and Joel Embiid. But, Joel Embiid, like I was just saying, he playing limited minutes. But when he's in there, I mean, the dude is destroying the stat sheet, so he's going to get a little credit, for that. And because of his character as well. A lot of people like Joel Embiid because he's personable. He has fun. He's enjoying it, playing, I mean, the dude averaging almost 24 points, a game and 11 rebounds. And that's, 31 minutes. He's playing 31 minutes at this point. So he's not at 40. He's not at 42 or anything like that. So in that time frame, I could see them. Even though Andre Drummond, man, that's my Pistons, and I would root, for him to be on there. But it is what it is, It is what it is. So All-Star game should be a little bit better with this format. I just hope, we were just talking with Kanno, about the effort that they give. I just hope they give a max effort in this game. And if they do, this will be a very good All-Star game. I think all of them could be good, but the effort has to be there and they have to want to do it. So I just hope it's there, for them to do it. Now, earlier we were talking about the Super Bowl and how, it's the Eagles versus the Patriots. Rematch from 2004. Obviously, the only people that are still there is Brady and Belichick. I don't think there's anybody, maybe an equipment manager or something like that from the Eagles. I can't think of anyone. But it is set. That's probably a good thing. But it is set for these two teams to meet next week. And everyone, of course, is going to be putting in, wagers and Super Bowl parties are going to be put together. Hopefully, someone invite me, and Lopan. I'm not going to forget Lopan. So hopefully somebody invite us to a Super Bowl party. But got me thinking, with these teams, what do both of these teams bring, and the Patriots, I've said this, Patriots are the Patriots. It's always the next man up. It's always, do your job. It's always, tweaking or finding the right person to maximize their effort or maximize their skill And one of those guys was guys like Brandon Cooks. Edelman went down, which was a big hit. That was Brady's, favorite target. But you get a guy in Brandon Cooks, who stretches the field, who's a blazer, who got speed. They picked up guys like, Burkhead, and they picked up, excuse me, late in the season, like James Harrison. And he played, a part in them making the Super Bowl. So the Eagles, I look at it now, and we may have taken the Eagles for granted because Carson Wentz was having an MVP type year. He could have easily been in the run-in for that. He might have won it, if not getting hurt. But we have to think at this roster. I just want to go through offensively this roster. Alshon Jeffrey. Nobody wanted Alshon Jeffrey. Let's just be honest. They didn't want to pay him. Eagles gave him a 1 year prove it to me. He showed up big when they needed him to show up big. Torrey Smith. He left San Francisco. Everyone looked at him. Nah, don't nobody want him. He showed up big when it mattered. Caught a touchdown pass. Jay Ajayi. They got Jay Ajayi for a 4th round draft pick. Now, he's not LT or anything like that, but he's also another piece that helped them in this run to the Super Bowl. Another guy. Dolphins didn't want him. Sent him on his way. LeGarrette Blount. He came off of 18 touchdowns with the New England Patriots. He's seeing his old teammates again this week, or upcoming week. 18 touchdowns. What did everybody say? Oh, that's because a product of the Patriot system. He was a factor in that game. And a guy in Nick Foles obviously is a backup quarterback, but he did come into a very tough situation. And to me, he handled it very well. He took out my Falcons. He took out Minnesota. Actually, he blazed Minnesota. And Doug Peterson, the coach himself. In 2 years, he has gotten this team to the Super Bowl. Now, I really want y'all to understand what I'm saying. He got this team to the Super Bowl in 2 years. I want you to think about what the Eagles were before that. If someone told you, you're going to get a new coach that come in, and I'm not talking about Doug Peterson right now. I'm talking about Chip Kelly. You got a new coach that's going to come in. He's going to basically probably alienate, himself from his team. He's going to get rid of or run off Deshaun Jackson. He's going to trade LaShawn McCoy. And he's going to cut or trade Jeremy Maclin. Everybody would have been like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? They're going to say, oh, the Eagles, man, they're done. They're in rebuild mode. And he got this team to the Super Bowl in 2 years. So I think they got a chance, man. A lot of people are not giving the Eagles a chance at all. I think they got a better chance than what people think. This is not that same Eagle team in 2004 in the Super Bowl. You got to give them the benefit of the doubt that they did what they were supposed to do. Carson Wentz went down. They were supposed to fall apart. They were supposed to not be at every game in the playoffs. And I'm sure this one coming up as well. The Eagles have not been favored. They were the number 1 team in the NFC. And they played the Falcons, and the Falcons was favored to win. They played the Vikings, and the Vikings were favored to win. This is why they're wearing this whole underdog stuff. And they're going against the Patriots, which is the juggernaut, the evil empire, whatever you want to call them. And of course, they're not going to be favored to win that one as well. So I think this game is going to be a lot better than what people think. This game is going to be entertaining, close. Because listen, I mean, other than last year, where Atlanta was up, we already know about that. That's probably the biggest deficit or lead or anything dealing with the Patriots. They've always played close games. Go back and look. Other than the 85 Bears. The 85 Bears destroyed them. Big L, I know he'll probably point that out right now. Yeah, they destroyed the Patriots that year. But other than that, all their games, 3, 4, 6, I don't think anything was over 7 points when they won. So I think this game will be, just as good, as some of the other ones. Some people will be mad because, the Patriots, is in the Super Bowl, and they'll be cheering against them. But I need to sit down and, look at this a little bit closer. And I'm positive I'm going to have the right answer. Last week was last week. It was a fluke. I'm going to have the right answer this week. I'm not going to get anything wrong, on this. So my Super Bowl pick, when I pick my Super Bowl pick, it's going to happen. So if you're looking at making a bet or anything like that, make sure you follow my words. Now, if you lose, don't blame me because there's no refunds, for these predictions, ladies and gentlemen. But it is what it is. Now, I'm going to go into the chat room, read some of the people in here. And Rough Buff, he's trying to find out where the Super Bowl party at. And I'm going, a little bit backwards. Hey, I'm trying to find out where the Super Bowl party at too, Rough. I want to hit it up, have a good time. I ain't got to sweat it out, or pass out, because my team ain't in it, at all. So, hey, it is, why not, DJ Dollar and Sense is saying he ain't been ish without Bryn James. I think he's trying to say LeBron James at this point. I think he misspelled it a little bit. But here's the thing. If that's what you're saying, Dollars, who has been? I mean, LeBron left Cleveland. You should know that. LeBron left Cleveland. And that's how they got Kyrie Irving. So, I mean, he impacts any team, that he leave. And at least at this point, though, when he left Cleveland, they were a lottery team every year. At least Miami is making some noise. And you gotta give props to Eric Spoelstra, man. A lot of people just thought this dude was along for the ride as a coach, and he has coached his butt off and showed that, hey, he better than, a lot of people think. So you gotta give him credit. You gotta give the Heat credit, man, for what they're doing. Last year and this year. And guys, they're in here in the chat room talking about all ugly team, and they name and play. I'm not gonna put any player's name out there, but if you want to see it, you're gonna have to go to the chat room. But be nice, fellas. Be nice, because the Big L Awards is coming up, so I probably won't be nice myself, but it is what it is, So we're going to take another break. We're going to come back, and we'll finish the show up. We're going to talk about AmVets, if you know what that is. If not, I'll talk about that. And somebody locally here just got some shine, So who that is, we'll talk about it in just a moment. But you're listening to the Wait a Minute Show with your man Jelani, JB, Bodie, and Lopan. Lopan, tell him, listen to the break. Indeed. I guess that means listen to the break. So we'll be back after these words.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Vince Wright, the sports governor from the great state of Minnesota. Join the rest of us sports zombies on 2 Live Stews Radio. That's right, the boys are back. Doug, Ryan, and the rest of us, including me, the sports gov of Minnesota, Vince Wright, also known to the ladies as the Big Smooth. Keep it tuned here, that's right, 2 Live.